Cooking does not need to be complicated. And after a long day of work, you want to make something that's delicious and quick without having to use 30 different pans and 200 ingredients. So today, I'm going to show you how to make a simple, easy carbonara in under 15 minutes. And to prove the point, I'm not going to edit this video. It's going to be one continuous shot, and we'll actually see if I can make this in 15 minutes. We're going to put 15 minutes on the clock right now. It's my first time making one of these videos, so go easy on me. First thing I'm going to do is boil some water, because that's going to take the longest amount of time. And I am cheating a little bit because I did use a kettle just to preheat some water. But either way, it's still gonna have to boil. So this is going on the heat. And we're gonna take a little bit of salt to enhance our water here. And then I'm gonna cover this with cast iron. Not with cast iron, with the stainless steel, just to help it boil real fast. For the noodles, what I have today is Momofuku noodles. Say what you want about David Chang. I will leave that in the comments for you guys, but the noodles are really good. And they only take about 5 minutes to cook, so pretty fast, and we don't have to waste a lot of time with stuff like that. I'll put this to the side for now, let that boil, and then we'll move on to prepping the actual carbonara. Carbonara is an Italian dish, but since we're kind of using a hack, kind of like a ramen hack, we're gonna make it a little more Asian today. But first and foremost, it's gonna be the same ingredients for the base. I got a nice Parmesan cheese right here. This is from Costco. Super good quality. I think, compared to the ones in the stores, it smells much better, it tastes better, and it doesn't like taste fake like a lot of these ones do. So let's grate in just a metric ton. You want to just grate in like as much cheese as you want, but really this is going to be the base of our sauce. Since it's a pretty simple sauce, a lot of the work, like heavy lifting, is done with the egg yolk, and the flavor is really coming from this parm. Just to like enhance it a little bit more too, I'm going to use a Romano, I think it is. Because I got a lot of cheeses in my fridge. I feel like I just need to go through all of them, and these two mix pretty well. The quality is not as good though as the Parmesan, which is my problem, but let's see. All right, sweet, it's already boiling. I mean, this might be done faster than I thought. I don't even know if we need 15 minutes. I'm gonna try to go for 10 minutes, let's see. All right, so probably like 1/4 of a cup of Parmesan is what you want to use. If I had a guess, like I eye everything, and that's really the biggest problem when it comes to these recipes is I go off a taste, right? And I think recipes are great, but they're just kind of like a guide. Because you want to, I don't know, you want to taste as you go, you want to make sure flavors are there. And you also want to clean up as you go too, because that's a pain in the ass afterwards. Okay. Romano cheese. This is like a pecorino Romano, I think. And I'm not gonna do a ton, but just, I don't know, like 10 swipes worth, 10 seconds worth, whatever you wanna call it. All right, that's probably good. All right, so we already got a ton of cheese here, as you can tell from the overhead view, hopefully. And then we're gonna take 1 egg yolk, only the yolk. So crack it. I did not crack that very well. I'm a little nervous, guys. Extremely nervous, as you can tell. All right, safely remove the eggshells. I'm usually a lot better at this, but here we are today. All right. Get rid of the yolk, or excuse me, the whites. Save that for an omelet or something. I don't know what you're doing. And mind you, this recipe is for 1 person. So if you want to make it for multiple people, just double the ingredients. Parmesan cheese wise, I don't know, you might be out of luck there, because I'm not telling you how much to use, but use how much you want. And I think Parmesan cheese is just one of those things where it's calorie free, right? Like there's no shame, there's no guilt to it. I think it also might boost your metabolism, right? So like if you have a weak metabolism, this might be helpful to speed it up. So Parmesan, I believe, is a superfood, if I'm not mistaken. I also have these chili oils I think might be a good fit for it. Miso and garlic chili oil. They're made from extra virgin olive oil, so they're not bad. And my favorite thing about them, not a plug, they are really nice in consistency. They're super thick, texture-wise. If I show you here. Before I forget, we need to throw in the noodles now, because I'm actually getting ready already to finish this up. And all we're using is the packet. Pack it in, throw in the noodles, and that's it. Let's let this boil for 4 minutes, so I'll check back in a few. Chili oil. Ooh, hopefully you can see that consistency. Maybe. There you go. Maybe up here. Anyway, I throw in like a good amount of it. I do like a nice amount of spice in everything I eat. And I don't care to mix them because it's just same flavors as for me anyway. If this was a kitchen, it'd be a different story. Good amount, good amount. Okay, here's the secret. All we're doing from this point, we're gonna add a little bit of pasta water after mixing it to emulsify. You don't necessarily need to add black pepper if you're adding the chili oil, but like, I am a black pepper fiend. As you can hear from this, the sound is just destroyed. Okay, mix together the egg yolk. Get it as combined as you can. Chunks are good, honestly. You want this kind of like paste, almost. Cool. And what we're gonna do is add pasta water to help thicken the sauce. Like that pasta water has a little starch on there. It's gonna help emulsify it, and then we're gonna have a nice, creamy, rich sauce. Other thing I wanna do while we're waiting, set that to the side. We got some green onion heads, little tips. I forgot about these. I'm just gonna use whatever I have here. Set that to the side, and this will be a good garnish. I don't need to cook this or anything, right? I'm just gonna throw it in. And I'll probably just use all of it, honestly. Besides the dry bits, wherever they may be. And when you buy green onions, I'm sure you already know this, but reuse the tips, or reuse the whites. Just throw them in water, and they will literally regenerate on you, right? Like, it's a hack. Save your money. Okay, that's done. Let's check on our noodles here. They're getting there. Not quite. What are we at? 2 more minutes on the noodles, probably. Let me just check the consistency. But yeah, we're basically done at this point. We're basically done, like actually, because all we need to do now is mix the noodles in here, and we're done. Like, we just mix it up, and we're ready to serve. So I'll even get the plate ready for us. Nice, beautiful bowl. We got this, we got this. Let me scrape this up. Put it to the side. Get that out of our way. Boom. Okay, let's check. I know I said let's check on the noodles earlier. I did not actually check on them. I'm gonna eat half the noodles right here. Let's see. It's not done. It's not done. It's close though. The ramen noodles are honestly pretty nice, but I prefer these ones. They have a little bit of a thicker texture. If you're wondering, they're the soy and scallion noodles. I don't actually use the packets for anything. I think I have like a buildup of these, but you could add them to the sauce, right? That's the beauty of cooking. You can just pretty much play around with whatever you want, add whatever ingredients you want, and that's really my favorite part. Because things like this, I just have random ingredients in my fridge. I could have added garlic, I could have added ginger, right? Cook them down a little bit first, and that way we have like a infused chili oil. Obviously we added the chili oil ourselves, but I'm saying like it would just take it to another level because the flavor is kind of muted in chili oil in my opinion, and these would obviously be more aromatic from getting bloomed in the oil. And these might be done. I didn't even realize, you know, how long something like this would take. I feel like when I'm not rushing, it may take a little bit more time. I'm watching some Homeland or something. Yeah, we're just about there. We're just about there. And the beautiful part is, you throw it right in here. You don't need to do anything else. Let me just get a little spoon. Get some of that pasta water in here, just emulsify ahead of time. And be generous, but also be cautious, right? If you add too much at first, you can't remove it, right? You can always add more. You can't add less. And look at that color already. Like, look how beautiful this looks. Ooh, nice and orange, nice and orange. Hopefully it's picking that up. Damn. Already lost a little bit of it, hate to see it. Okay, boom. I'm going right in with my fork. Ooh, I don't want to mess up my camera. I probably should have got a, all right, I'll be safe, I'll be safe. I'll be proper, I should say. There we go. I know I said we don't need like 30 dishes to wash, and then I also pull out like 30 different ingredients, or 30 different tools. But either way, like, how long has this video been going for? Maybe 6 minutes, maybe 7 minutes max? Listen, you cook your date this, you're gonna be a little savant. Ladies, you cook your man this, savant. Anybody that cooks this, young, old, savant. Boom. Noodles in, and then just mix the living hell out of this, right? Mix the living hell out of this. You want to cook the egg, right? If you don't have your heat on, the residual heat is what's cooking this yolk without actually, what's the word I'm looking for? Like hardening it the same way you would if you were just cooking scrambled eggs or over easy. And that's the beauty of this dish. The residual heat creates a safe dish to eat and also extremely creamy dish. Like, this is stupid creamy. If you get what I'm saying, fellas. All right, green onion in. I could have garnished this, but who cares? All right, we're done. We're done. Is that insane? How much time? All right, we still got 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Let's serve that up. Beautiful. I'm not getting fancy with anything today. Boom. Look at that. Tastes great. Easy, easy. We're done. That was it. Look at this. Look at this beaut. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that, but look at that. Maybe not. We're literally done. Let's check it out though. Like, actually, I'm not gonna lie to you. If this doesn't taste good, I'll tell you straight up. Guys, is this a Michelin dish? No. Did I spend only 10 minutes on it? Yes. Does it taste fantastic? Absolutely. This tastes so good, I would pay money to eat this at a restaurant, assuming they put some chicken or something on it, right? Like, you don't need a lot of effort to get high quality, tasty dishes at home with very minimal ingredients. I would say the only differentiator would be between somebody else would be potentially the quality of the ingredients, right? Specifically, Parmesan cheese. Your Parm is gonna elevate this dish to another level that Walmart or even like store brand ones are not gonna do. You wanna actually get a quality Parmesan that comes from a wheel, if you can afford it, right? If you can't, no worries, but I'm saying that's really the biggest differentiator between this, because everything else is extremely basic ingredients, right? Eggs don't really matter in the grand scheme of things. The pasta water, the noodles, it's all personal preferences. So hope you enjoyed that. Leave a comment down below, all that, you know, generic YouTube stuff we always say, and maybe I'll see you guys in the next one.